Yeah, good afternoon, Sarajit. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I can hear
Uh,
you.
So welcome to this mock interview. So I find that you're already in custom and excise service, right?
Yes, sir. I am.
Okay, good, good. So I find that you are a son of a police officer, but you are not opted police as your second choice, but you have opted foreign service as your second choice. Any particular reason you don't like police?
No, sir. I like police service a lot, and I think all of my life I have been surrounded by policemen. So I think that there is an element of familiarity with that. So I wanted to see some other domain and wanted to explore some other service if I get got a chance to. But I would be happy in police service as well, sir.
Mhm. Okay. So tell me, like, you've been in a police family. So what are if someone is asked you three major reforms required in the police, what would be they?
Sir, the first reform would be increasing the number of personnel on ground because I think that the police staff currently is too low as compared to other developed nations. So one would be that. The second would be a use of more technology to reduce the discretion of the policemen on ground. So they could be made to wear body cameras on them or making the EF like promoting EFIRs. So that would be second. And third would be, sir, more sensitization training. So today there is a perception amongst the general populace that police is too rigid and there is an element of fear. So if we can sensitize the policemen more, I think that would create a more trust between the policemen and the society.
So in some of the uh, places or cities, we have police commissioner system.
Yes, sir.
So what is the reason why we have police commissioner system not everywhere?
Sir, in the commissionerate system, a large part of executive powers that were present with DM in the IG system was transferred to the police commissioner. So, this is more suitable in larger cities where a quick decision making is required, where the crime rates might be high, and where more autonomous decision making is required. So, in places which are more rural and have lesser crime rates, I think separation of power could be the better way, but in cities like Delhi or Meerut, Ghaziabad, we have commissionerate system because quick decision making might be required on the ground.
Okay, you see, GST was launched in the year 2017,
Yes, sir.
and it has a GST Council at its helm, and it is also said that the GST Council is a shining example of cooperative federalism.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what do you understand by it?
Sir, I think that it is called shining example because there is a presence of both states and center in the GST Council, where each state has equal voting right amongst themselves as well. So this can be seen in cases like whenever GST is talked about, there is hardly any conflict between the center and state that is seen, except the GST compensation that certain states demand from center. I think about the slabs, about the rates, there is hardly any conflict. So I think that,
No, no. So, this cooperative federalism you are saying is between the states or between the state and the center?
sir, in both cases, between the
Hmm.
states also because each state has got equal voting right, and also between state and center because the decisions are taken based on consensus.
So like you mentioned that most of the resolutions are done through consensus. But
Mhm.
if the voting has to be done, center has 33% voting power,
Yes, sir.
and the resolution has to be passed with 75% majority.
Yes, sir.
So it means like center can veto any decision. So until and unless center agrees to it, nothing can be done. So then how it is a shining example of cooperative federalism?
Yes, sir. I think that center does hold a veto in the GST Council, which the states do not hold. But if enough states come together, they can also hold. They also hold a veto. So I think the power is balanced,
No,
and
no,
since
but still, you see, they will only if the all states are also together, they will only have 60. I mean, 75% of the. Sorry, just uh, yeah,
66%.
66% of the voting power. Whereas for resolution to be passed, you require 75% percentage. So all the states together also they cannot, have any resolution passed.
Yes, sir. So both center and state cannot unilaterally impose a decision. So both the center and the state have to build a consensus on that. So neither center can impose their will on the states, nor all the states can impose their will on the center.
Okay, thank you, Sarajit. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Madam Bharti here.
Good afternoon, Sarajit.
Good
You
afternoon,
have
ma'am.
already impressed all of us. Your DAF
Thank
is
you.
very impressive. Still, I'll ask you some questions which may be not from what you are expecting, but it's from your DAF. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you like dancing salsa.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Salsa is a very good form of dance. Can you tell me how does it invigorate you? It has a lot of other things apart from the beat and dancing.
Yes, ma'am. So there are multiple aspects of salsa that excite me. So one is, it is a very impromptu dance. So it is not a choreographed dance, and you just go on the dance floor and you dance how you want to dance. So the dance flows out of your body. So that is one. There is no fixed script that you have to follow. Second, ma'am, I think that it is an excellent tool to build connection with your partner, because you don't communicate the steps. You just show your body. You just dance, and they have to understand what the dance is all about, what the steps are all about. Thirdly, ma'am, I think that the music of salsa is very catchy, and I like listening to the Spanish songs that are played in behind. So I think overall it is a great mix. And finally, ma'am, it builds a community as well. So when we go to salsa dances and socials, there are many regulars who come. So we make friends there. So it's a great
What
initiative
about
there.
coordination with your partner? Salsa is a lot of coordination.
Yes, ma'am, it is about coordination. Yeah.
Okay, you worked as a teacher in charge with Prayas NGO.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Prayas deals with juvenile delinquents.
No, ma'am, this is not that Prayas. This is a NGO from our college in IIT
Okay,
Kanpur. So it was
okay,
involved in teaching the students of our surrounding underprivileged backgrounds. So it included
mhm,
children of security guards, cooks in IIT Kanpur itself,
okay,
and
okay,
other
okay,
underprivileged children.
okay. Tell me, what is medical anthropology?
Ma'am, medical anthropology is a branch of anthropology where uh, the anthropological perspectives like human anatomy, human culture, and human uh, interactions with each other is mixed with the medical sciences. So, for example, if a community is living in closed quarters and is frequently interacting with each other, so there is a higher chance of viral diseases spreading over there. So, this can be analyzed by medical anthropology.
So, some examples.
Ma'am, in Yanomamo tribe of Brazil, they hardly they are they have a very community based living, and they do not practice any social barriers. So the spread of COVID like diseases was much higher in that case, because they never uh, experienced social distancing and other such barriers or other such measures that were uh, put in place to stop the spread of COVID.
What about genetics in medical anthropology?
Yes, ma'am. I forgot about that aspect. Yes, genetics
No
also
problem.
play a major role in medical anthropology. Uh,
Mm,
it helps us decide that uh, which disease would be more prevalent in which kind of tribes. For example, sickle cell anemia in tribes of India is quite
mm.
prevalent because they practice endogamy, and that could be tackled with genetic counseling and genetic
Can you tell
screening.
me among which tribes is it more prominent, sickle cell anemia?
Ma'am, in Bhil and Bhiladi tribe, I am aware that they are very prevalent, but I'm not aware of the other tribes.
I think, okay. Next question I would like to ask you is that if you were posted in a district, what efforts would you make to strengthen the primary health center? Which areas of focus would you address first?
Ma'am, firstly, I would ensure that the primary health centers are present in all the rural villages which are having a certain level of population. So, above a certain level of population, I think that every village should have PHC. Second, I think that I would prevent doctor absenteeism. So, I would ensure that there are technological solutions like biometric attendance and so on. And thirdly, I would ensure that, ma'am, there are enough resources like medicines and nurses that are present for the PHC, so that when as and when people come for treatment, they do not face a crunch of resources for their medical treatment.
What about Anganwadi workers, self-help groups?
Yes, ma'am, they
Okay,
also
fine.
need to have a.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, okay. Now, you were there in Kanpur IIT, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, about 4 or 5 decades back, Kanpur was known as Manchester of East.
Yes, sir.
What happened to that Manchester and why did it happen?
Sir, I think there were multiple reasons for it. One was the government policy which was present. So there were presence of huge trade unions and there was a high communist impact which led to shutdown of the industries because the industrialists were constantly being held hostage. Second was the competition from states that were developing like Maharashtra and Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, so uh, which reduced the impact of Kanpur. And thirdly, I think that most of the cotton producing belt was present in Maharashtra zone, so the production of textile became more expensive in Kanpur as compared to cities like Ahmedabad, Mumbai, and so on.
Okay. Tell me something about Rohilkhand region's economy.
Sir, Rohilkhand is a largely agriculture-based economy. So it includes districts like Bareilly, Shahjahanpur, Pilibhit, and it also includes Moradabad, which is famous for brassware. Apart from that, most of the cities in Rohilkhand have Zari Zardozi as their ODOP. So that is a major produce from here. Sir, I'm aware of this one.
Okay, you are from Shahjahanpur, right?
Yes, sir.
It is also known as, why is it known as land of revolutionaries?
Sir, the martyrs of the Kakori conspiracy case, which was Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah Khan, Roshan Singh, they all belong to Shahjahanpur. So I think that's why it's called Land of Revolutionaries.
Okay, why do you want to shift from indirect taxes? You are already in IRS, right?
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to shift from that place to any other service, although that service is rated very highly nowadays because of GST?
Sir, so so earlier I was not planning to go for another attempt but I was not sure about what service I would be getting when I filled up the form. And eventually, when I went for my foundation course, we found speakers from different backgrounds who came in. So every speaker had a diverse perspective that they talked about. And I thought that the IAS officers that came in, they talked about multiple different domains. Some talked about education, sanitation, animal welfare, healthcare, defense. So I thought that since the service is providing such diverse backgrounds, I think that I would be more happy to work there. But I am perfectly happy to continue with IRS customs as well, sir.
No, but you will not get that diverse if you don't come into IAS. Suppose you go into IPS, you will not
Mhm.
get that diverse experience which you are aiming at. Then,
Sir, in IPS as well, I think as sir mentioned that since my father comes from the same service, I have a special bond with IPS. So I would be happy to work on the law and order situation in the state which I am allocated to, and the investigation forensics and so on. So I think I would be happy to join any service, sir.
okay. Final question. when discussion was going on about police commissionerate system, you said in city the advantage is that the executive powers or executive decision making is with the police.
Mhm.
It makes the things easy, smoother. What
Yes.
executive powers you were referring to under the law?
Sir, the section imposition of section 144 that was earlier, I am not sure which it is in the new laws. Apart from that, the licensing of firearms and l- sir, I'm aware
Well,
of these two.
licensing of firearms is dealt with under Arms Act, which is a different legislation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Probably you were referring to preventive, actions like 144, 145, 147, if you are aware. But don't you think if these things are uh, done by police, there is always a danger of clash of interest
So it's a clash of interest
between the two roles of police?
So, sir, earlier the law and order was.
I'll give you a hint. You
Mhm.
know about this actor's so-called question mark suicide in Bombay, Sushant Singh Rajput.
Yes, sir.
Now the police commissioner there was doing all that thing, that so-called inquest.
Mhm.
While doing inquest, the fellow was also issuing warrant summons to all the players on earth. That was the clash of interest. He was not supposed, while undertaking an inquest, he is not entitled or authorized to, issue warrant summons unless there is an FIR. And there is no
Mhm.
FIR in the case. That is the clash of interest I am referring to.
Sir, in that case, I'm not aware of the
Think about it. Think
case.
about it.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
So, Srajit,
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. Improvised comedy jams.
Yes, sir.
So, what is that thin line between satire and libel in a comedy?
Sir, I'm not aware of that.
Why don't you listen to other people also, or you just speak your own?
No, sir. I think in improv comedy, we mainly have to listen to the other person, and there
Mhm.
is a basic rule called yes and. So whatever your partner in the scene says, you cannot negate it. You just have to follow up afterwards. So active listening is an important part of it, but I'm not aware of the satire and
So,
libel.
but have you listened to some YouTube comedians, stand-up comedians?
Yes, sir. I have.
Which ones?
Sir, I have listened to Abhishek Upmanyu, Ravi Gupta,
Yes,
Zakir Khan, few of Zakir Khan also,
and
Gaurav Kapoor.
Kamara.
I have listened to one or two of his, sir.
Okay, okay. So, what is your take on that? That's what I was referring to when I said, "Okay, what is the thin line to divide satire and libel?"
Sir, I think in case of Kunal Kamra, my personal opinion is that he has been going a little too far when.
Got it, got it, got it. So शहीदों की नगरी से आ रहे हैं आप, ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
What is the industry in Shahjahanpur now?
Sir, it is a primarily agricultural economy. However, few industries exist. One is
Mhm,
the Kripko fertilizer plant,
mhm.
and another is a Rosa power plant, which is operated by Reliance. And there are few sugar mills as well. But these three are the main industries.
Okay. So suppose you were to draw a development plan for Shahjahanpur.
Mhm.
Now you know it very well.
Mhm.
So what do you think will be the components of this plan?
Sir, one of the biggest problem that Shahjahanpur faces is that it is surrounded by rivers on both the sides. So there is hardly any space for expansion and it sees frequent floods. So
Mhm.
first would be creating more flood embankments and locating the and having a good public infrastructure, public transport infrastructure, so that the congestion that is present in the city can be reduced.
Okay.
The second would be, sir, presence of more food processing industries, because since Shahnapur is a mainly agricultural district, It can benefit from food processing industries. It also has presence of labor. So that could be second. Um, Third could be, sir, having more communal harmony in the city, because sometimes riots are seen in the city, which drives the industrialists away, which creates a sense of fear among the citizens. So having more communal harmony in the city would be the third thing that I would focus on.
So tell me one thing. There are two names of the Shaheeds from Shahjahanpur. Can you name them again for me?
Sir, the most popular ones are Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah
Ismail.
Khan, and Roshan Singh.
But that's it. So now, when it has such a beautiful history and legacy, why did communal riots come to Shahjahanpur? Something went wrong.
Sir, I'm not aware of what exactly went wrong. However, communal riots have been taking place in western parts of UP, which includes Bareilly as well, Muzaffarnagar, Meerut. So I think that it has
Okay,
been part.
I'll assign you the task of bringing communal harmony now. What will you do?
Sir, one would be to reduce the sense of competition and sense of fear amongst the communities. So they are constantly in a fear that the other communities trying to dominate them. So
Mm-hmm.
I would try to reduce that by increasing the interaction between them. So second, I would focus more on living together. So today, what we see is that there is a Muslim side of the city and there is a Hindu side where mostly certain community lives in a certain place. So if we can increase the co-living between them, that would create more trust and would increase the communication between them. And so third would be focusing more on modern education, so that the religious instructions and religious extremism that may be spread via some preachers or someone, that could be reduced if we can increase the modern and more rational thinking amongst the children.
Okay. I will take a name. Just tell me what it reminds you. Bluebird.
Bluebird, sir, it reminds me of helmet company.
Oh, no, no, no. Just reason. Something very big. Bluebird Block 2. Okay. Shall I give you more hint? Bluebird Block 2 mission.
Sir, I think it is related to either planes or space, but I cannot think of it.
LVM 3 launch vehicle.
Oh, yes,
And
sir, it
recently,
was launched today.
India launched EST space missile from its launch vehicle. So my coming, the next question which was coming was, how do you feel that India has become so capable now that people are coming to India to launch their vehicles, satellites through Indian vehicles? Anyway, now it's over. So you've been a chemistry teacher.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I give you a piece of gold. How can you melt it for me?
Sir, melt it or dissolve it?
Yeah, I think in the process of it's a process of dissolving actually, right?
Sir, aqua
The,
regia could be used.
okay, okay, good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, how do you think we can begin the feedback? Your session went.
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, I think you can talk. If you can tell me about the communication style, I think it is a big issue. What I personally feel might be the issue for me, which where I can improve on in the marks in the next interview.
See, your communication, you have good command over language. You are articulate, but when you are communicating, uh, you don't show much ease. You think and speak. So, what it appears to a listener is that is coming with some halts, which are more than pauses.
Okay.
A pause is a natural thing, but a halt is like a speed breaker, you know. So if you can practice more of speaking, I think you're very good.
So speaking on the go and taking less time between your question ending and my response, is it?
Now you said it rightly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any
but
comment, Tarunji?
Overall, Sarajit, I found you very good and you are already. So my guess is that last time you would have got between 170 to 190 marks.
Yes, sir, 180.
180. You are good. I mean, knowledge is quite wide and you are a very pleasing personality. I mean, smile never goes off your face. And so it's very nice and overall very confident. So you do well, you know how to tackle it. So, I mean, there is no end to preparing, and you have to focus on current affairs and international events, whatever is happening. And now you are working in indirect taxes, so more on taxation, both direct taxes, indirect taxes, everything. Uh, I mean, the size of the GDP, their share. So all tax related questions will become very, very important. GST 2 reform has come,
Mhm.
direct tax code has come, so they become important. And but otherwise you are well prepared. And little bit about the service preference, like most of the people are giving police as a second service, but
Yes, sir.
even though, like, and foreign service as fifth, but you have given
Mhm.
second. So of course there's nothing wrong in it, but you have to find little better justification, because in between that came as a contradiction also. So I think it's a difficult question to answer, but yeah, something you can just be, asked about or build upon, particularly since your father was in police. But
Yes, sir.
otherwise, about speaking style and all, Sandeep ji has already given you feedback. But overall, you are very good, very confident. So I am sure you will do well. And when is you have time with you for preparation, or
The 19th January.
yeah, so 20 days or so.
Mhm.
I mean, good. And I think focusing on current affairs and some issues on the DAF. But overall, I was quite impressed. Yeah, and very nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Sir, so you were able to correctly predict between 170 to 190. So what made you say that it is not like 200 or something? There might be some issue, right? Which you might have said that, okay, this is why this is not 200 or 200 plus something.
No, so you need for 200 plus, when you're, like he has mentioned, communication skills start making a difference. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
that your communication skills are bad, but then some people are exceptional, and then otherwise also, I mean, the answers can be a little bit more structured. And only thing is, of course, you look little, I mean, to me, casual, like, oh, I mean, you are confident, being confident is good, but you sometimes give a feeling of being overconfident. So just avoid that. Uh, but like, even you got 180, even 190, uh, I mean, can make a lot of difference.
Mhm.
So, I mean, overall, it's very good. And then I mean, that how you perform on that day also matters. So, I
Thank you, sir.
mean, wish you all the best. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Srajit, you're a bright guy. You've
Thank you.
already done well. You only have more to gain. So I totally take off from where Goel sir had said. Uh, there's a bit of casuality in your being casual in your answers. For example, on the primary health centers, it was a very generic kind of a reply. You also need to say you should study the government policy on what they are focusing. So
Mhm.
to reduce infant mortality, maternal mortality,
Mhm.
fortified food,
Yes,
Anganwadi,
sir.
more institutional deliveries,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
screening of cervical breast cancer if you have read through the scheme, then you will be able to give that will be a 200 mark answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I get it.
Huh? Rather than saying I'll have more doctors, I'll have more nurses and things like that, but what do you do after that? They just can't run the PHCs. Na?
Yes, ma'am.
There have to be people going door to door. You are talking about the village. Okay.
Mhm.
Similarly, I had asked you another question. I'm forgetting. What was
Medical
it?
anthropology.
Huh?
Medical anthropology.
Anthropology. Yeah. Okay. So there also, you should give an answer on which you are on top of it.
Yes, ma'am.
You know that, okay, this is medical anthropology. This happens. There's genetics. There is this. So, and these are the Indian issue. Like in India, we are having focus on sickle cell elimination. Then in Jharkhand tribes, they have these skin eruptions and all that. So you go through, anthropology, like they won't ask you a routine kind of thing. They'll ask you what is medicology, what is forensic anthropology, and
Yes,
things
ma'am.
like that. Be more focused in your answers. You were asking what is who just a question. Which board were you in?
Shilvardhan sirs.
That's a very good board. He's very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I hope you get another board like that, and I mean, be more focused. You will get 200. No two
Sure, ma'am.
questions. You impress with your DAF, you impress with your personality. The only thing is, you just gear yourself up more for that 200, from 170 to 30 marks. There's a lot of work. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Right. Thank you.
So what,
Thank you.
like, I am happy that I was able to guess. I mean, it was exactly in the middle. So
Yes, sir.
that is right. Good, good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sarajit. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sarajit.
Good afternoon. I can